there are things that I can't do for myself. And so I ask other people to help me with those things. And that makes a richness to my life. People love to help. I love to help. That's why I'm offering the Resourceful Peacock, because I couldn't have done all of the things that I did to become who I am by myself. I could not have done it in isolation. Hey guys, just wanted to share something with you really quick that kind of highlights, for me at least, the reason that I want to start this initiative and offer the Resourceful Peacock. A couple days ago, one of my friends from college passed away really unexpectedly. She had a heart attack. She was only 40 years old. And as I was watching on Facebook of all of our other friends posting pictures and memories and all kinds of things about her, I was just sort of reflecting about my own experiences when we were in college and then when I was in grad school. And the reality is, I was not a very good friend. I chose, instead of developing relationships and investing in lifelong friendships with girlfriends and with other people that I went to school with, um, I was getting drunk and getting laid. That was kind of the most important thing to me at that point in my life. Um, I'm an alcoholic. I'm in recovery. My sobriety date is June 18th, 2011. I'm very proud of being an alcoholic and of the opportunities that recovery has given me. But as I was thinking about, just the vast wealth and richness of all of these things that my other friends were sharing about our friend who has passed away, um, and how the our community is coming together to support her family, her parents, getting ready to go to the memorial service and things like that. I was just struck with how I I wasn't part of those types of things. I wasn't investing in those types of relationships. I didn't have roommates in college beyond my freshman year. I had a really terrible experience with my freshman year roommate. And so I chose after that to live alone, to have my own room on campus, and then to live off campus by myself so that I could drink and party. And I felt like the thing that made me the most powerful and the coolest was that I could walk into a bar and sit down and kind of scope it out for a little bit and pick the guy that I wanted to go home with that night. And I did. And I did that a lot. And that made me feel like I was really worth something. I was popular and desirable. And it never would have occurred to me to name the emptiness that I was feeling and the desire for companionship that I longed for. I saw other girls on the college campus, having what I considered to be these really awesome encounters with really hot guys, and I wanted that for myself, and I made that happen. And basically, I sold my soul to get what I thought at the time was going to make me fulfilled and bring me the kind of whatever I needed at that time. And so I graduated from college about 20 years ago, and I've watched the girls in my sorority and other people who were in my same major continue relationships with the people who were around us during that time, and they go on vacations together. Their families are really close. Their kids know each other. They still have these relationships. They created forever friendships. I didn't. I'm friends on Facebook with a bunch of people that I went to school with, but I don't have deep, meaningful relationships with really very many of them. There's a couple exceptions. And I know that lots of people love me and would rally to support me if I needed them. And I have. There's been several times in my life where I've been at the bottom of the barrel, when I got divorced and had a 2-year-old child. People came to my aid, despite what a terrible influence and terrible friend I had been. When I had uh, lost everything, at another point in my life due to somebody's claim that I was planning to kill my child. And then I spent 3 years in the court system trying to regain custody of my little boy and ultimately lost that battle. There were lots of people who supported me. All of this is to say, I have a history of making really bad choices, and I don't have anybody to blame for that except myself. I did the best that I could with what I knew at the time. I was hurting very, very deeply, and I didn't know what to do with that, despite years of therapy and being surrounded my entire life by people who had the capability to care for me and to support me and to really try to prop me up and to try to show me a better way. I was incapable for a long time of seeing that they were really trying to help, but that it was me who was getting in the way of my own success and my own moving forward. The choices that I was making were locking me in to a lot of shame, a lot of negative consequences, a lot of opportunities that I hijacked and missed out on. I have a lot of regret from my 20s and early 30s, and I've done the work. I finally got to a point several years ago where I realized I am my own worst enemy. I am standing in my own way. I keep making the same choices and keep getting the same outcomes, the same results, and I've got to change if I want to live, if I want to have a life worth living. And so I really started investing in myself. And that's what I want the Resourceful Peacock to be about. Um, sharing my experiences, sharing the degradation and the deprivation and really the horror of the life that I created, whether or not I intended to, whether or not I could have done anything differently back then. I created that. And I have pulled out of it. I've learned a lot of skills. I've learned tools and developed practices that have helped me create a life that I love today. I'm in a very healthy, wonderful relationship. I have 2 boys who love me, and I'm a good mother to them. Um, I don't have everything I want, thank God. I think that would be terrible. But I have everything that I need, and the way that I live today is much more healthy than it ever has been. I am content always. I don't lack for anything, and that's really a result of learning to see myself, reflecting on where I've been, on the choices that I've made, and what kinds of outcomes that delivered to me, and changing those things, doing the hard work, putting one foot in front of the other, one step at a time, to try to have a better tomorrow. I was my own worst enemy for a really long time, and now I'm my own best advocate, and I've learned how to have a voice to advocate for myself and to advocate for others. And that's what I want the Resourceful Peacock to be. I want it to be a place where you can learn to be your own best advocate, to stop making the choices that put you out of reach of the things that you want and that you deserve for your life. There are ways that all of us can make different choices to yield different outcomes. I want to share those things with you. I want to walk with you on that journey, whatever it looks like for you, whatever you're struggling with. I've been through a lot of stuff. I want to partner with you. I want to come alongside you and say, you know what, I get it. I've been there. Here's what I did. Here's what you might want to think about. I can't fix your life. I can't change your circumstances, but nobody could fix my life either. It was a choice that I had to make to start doing things differently, and I did, and I have. I'm very proud of who I am today. And even though I'm far, far from perfect, I don't always get it right. I still do things that I regret. I still don't make the best choices 100% of the time. I'm human. We all are. And what I've learned is that when I fail, when I screw up, when I make a bad choice, I own that right away and say, okay, here's what I just did. Here's why I think I decided to make that choice. Here's what was going on with me. This didn't have anything to do with you. This was me. And here's what I'm going to do to make it right. I do this with my children. I do this in my relationship. I do this with my parents, with people that I work with. Other people that I encounter from day to day, the things that I put on Facebook. I have a life today that I'm very proud of and that allows me to continue to fail but get back up, make a bad choice but then make it right. And I work really hard not to do the same things, the same wrong things twice, but to develop a consistent awareness of an intention toward becoming a better version of myself and for the people who love me. So, this is what I want the Resourceful Peacock to be for you in your life. Share your story with me. Tell me what you're struggling with. I would love to partner with you in whatever stage of your journey that you're on, and show you that you can make a better life for yourself. There are resources, there are tools, there are skills, there are practices that can change your today into a better tomorrow. All you have to do is start. And I know for me, for a long time, I didn't realize that I needed to do anything different. I was a proud peacock strutting around. There's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you. You just need to leave me alone and stop bothering me, and then everything would be fine. For so many years, I was arrogant and unteachable and aggressive, and I didn't want to listen to anybody. And mostly that was a mask for the insecurity that I was feeling, for how out of control I felt, for how much less than I believed I was than other people. So I developed a defensiveness on purpose, an aggression on purpose, to try to cover up the fact that I didn't feel like I had anything worth offering, and that I couldn't see my own value. But I was actively devaluing myself by the choices that I was making. And so once I understood that, and it took years, it took a lot of years, and it was hard, and it hurt, and it was all worth it. I regret the things that I did in the past, and I am so profoundly grateful for every wrong choice I made, for every failure that I had to endure, because it gave me the opportunity to learn and to become different, to choose something different. I want to share that with you. I firmly believe that if you can start admitting to being in your own way, and allowing someone to partner with you and to love you and support you in making different choices, that your life can be whatever you want it to be. You may not get everything that you want. I don't think any of us needs everything that we want. I think there needs to be an element of humility, and we still need to rely on other people. Community is important. There are things that I can't do for myself, and so I ask other people to help me with those things, and that makes a richness to my life. People love to help. I love to help. That's why I'm offering the Resourceful Peacock, because I couldn't have done all of the things that I did to become who I am by myself. I could not have done it in isolation. Please don't stay in your own isolation. If there is something that you want to do differently and you need support, I'm here. The Resourceful Peacock is here. I want to build a community around people who are leveraging who they are into what they want to be in the future. Please join with me. I can't wait to start this adventure with you.